Howdy homies, I'm the Sunnyside Spud, and welcome back to another Sunday Sunny Shuffle. And today we're playing Pokemon Emerald Rogue again, Part 2. And you might be wondering why this one Sunny Sunday Shuffle has a camera on for just the beginning. We're not going to keep it on, especially since I'm wearing this shirt, but look at this little guy. He's so freaking cute. I love him so much. His name is Pebble, and he is adorable, and I love him. He's a manta ray, as you can see, with the little, and I love his little gill detailing that's embroidered with the little smiley face here. Look at how cute he is. He's so high quality. I love him. So, yeah, shout out to Lumi. I will try to put her Twitter in the description below if I remember, because she made this and it's freaking amazing. Trademark Azeth Illustrations. I've never heard that out loud, so hopefully I'm spelling that right. Yeah, Pebble plushie, dark version. I got the dark version because I'm cool like that. But yeah, look at him. He's just a little guy. He's so sweet, and I love him. He just showed up in the mail today, which is crazy because he only got shipped like 2 days ago, 3 days ago. So all in all, I'm pretty impressed. Anyways, I love him. Camera off. Alright, back to Emerald Rogue. Today I'm going to try to do this a little bit differently. We'll see how it goes. Because really what I want to do is I want to talk about the gameplay a little less and just talk a little more. I'm not sure how much I have to say today. I'm going to be honest with you. But, you know, this is the opportunity to do it. This series is kind of especially built for that. You know what I mean? As we found out last time, we can actually take two Pokemon we already had in as our starters. I'm going with Honedge and Cutiefly. I'm just big fans of both of them, so I'm hoping that I can make that work. I really need a counter for fire. So I might go for the course, because I think course has got to mean rock or ground. So let's give that a shot. So yeah, let's just get started on why I would like to make this a little less gameplay oriented. My intention for the channel was never for it to be Golett is ground type, so maybe it is ground type. My intention for this channel was never inherently to be like gameplay only. I think, oh, that was stupid. I think if you focus too much on one thing, you're gonna suffer for it, right? Like, ugh. That was so little damage. I think I'm just gonna run. Expertise is good, but not at the sacrifice of versatility, right? So, I've been just thinking a lot about everything lately, and the channels that have sort of like made me, wow, level 1, I should just catch it. Think and view things differently, and especially how I view YouTube. And yeah, I think I would like to try talking about things more and games a little less, you know? I don't know, we're going to give it a shot today because the Sunny Sunday Shuffle is kind of the ideal environment for that. And there's nothing wrong for channels that specifically go in on the gameplay. Huge shout outs to What a Geek. Channel I really like. My wife and I adore the channel, and that is definitely a kind of, at least the main series stuff, like the equivalent on my channel, it would be like Bioshock or Sunset Overdrive. It's very much oriented on the channel itself, so there's nothing wrong with it. We love those. They're still fantastic, or at least can be. I just also have gotten a lot out of channels that do other things, and I just want to try it out. Or not try it out, it's something I've always wanted to do and have as a feature on this channel. God, I keep hitting tackle. That one was on accident. I don't inherently have a topic for today. I just kind of want to talk, you know? I think I kind of want to just talk about friendship first, because friendship is such an odd thing. In our friend group, especially the two males, I guess would be how you word it, which is me and my best friend, who is married to my wife's best friend. So it's, you know, two couples. So I failed to... Oh, Excadrill's good. It's kind of hard to even call it a group, considering it's just two couples, so it's more of like a double date, but always. But I digress. I guess part of the reason why I wouldn't call it a double date is because everybody has strong connections to each other. Like, my second best friend in the world is my best friend's wife. So, like, it's not like one of us is an accessory to another. But I digress. You know, I adore them. I would die for them, and I always do my best to try to, like, hold up for them. I grabbed too many Pokemon here. I really only meant to grab Rhyhorn and Drillbur, and I think I panicked and grabbed the other two too. So I don't know, let's throw out Golett. Let's see if he's worth a damn here. I really just need some levels, to be honest. So they are moving soon out of state. I want to say the distance is like 4 hours, give or take. And through some bad traffic, I think, unfortunately. And you know, it's just a tidbit scary, I guess. It's not like I think our friendships are going to, like, outright fail or anything. I certainly don't. It's just going to be weird not having them be under an hour away. And I am not ashamed to admit it. I rely on my field block. I can't imagine that'd be super useful. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it. Especially for emotional support and, like, you know, just generally support. Support is the word I'm looking for, I guess. Ooh, I want to roll out. Whoops. Oh well. And energy, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not... It's really hard to know, for me, if I'm Wooper. Wooper's really good, especially since I need that anti-fire coverage. I wonder if there's a way for me to tell if it has water absorb or damp, right? Because those are the two that it can have. Do I have a Pokemon I don't care about that has a self-destruct move? I don't think I do, but it would be nice, huh? And I don't have any water attacks either. Okay. Well, I guess we'll just catch it and hope that it's not damp, because damp is the worst of the two. I think the other one that gets is water absorb, but I could be wrong. Anyways. They got me through some crazy hard times, including just helping me recognize the severity of the abusive relationship I was in. I to this day credit them for getting me out of there, because I wouldn't have. I don't really think I had the understanding of the severity of what was happening, as well as at the moment. I mean, as well as just like the caring for myself to get out of it. You know what I mean? I was not in a good place. Real talk. But they're my everything. I don't think it's not like I think the friendship will like fail or even sour or anything like that with them moving. I guess I just still have that fear of losing being a part of their life, if that makes sense. And I shouldn't really worry about that because we still do Discord and stuff even now that while we're still living in the same. I guess they live about 40 minutes away, but still, it's close. Um, we already do online D&D and stuff. Like, I don't think we're ever gonna lose that. I don't know. I just worry. It would. I don't know. So I guess my point is what is friendship? Where does that originate from? What happens to it? Why do some die and some don't? I think a lot of people always say that all friendships eventually end. And I get where that's coming from. And it's kind of everything ends. And I guess it's fair, or at least like it's an understandable assumption, if nothing else. It's not unreasonable to say your friendship is going to eventually end. And an ending doesn't in it. What abilities can Excadrill have? I should check. And a relationship ending does not mean it's failing either. Sometimes it just ends, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I think the go-to example is pretty easily. Seems pretty good, right? I think it is. I think one of the go-to examples is your friend in high school is unlikely to stay your friend forever. And that's completely fair. You move on from high school. More importantly, you move. Period. Like, it's pretty unlikely to still, for you and your entire friend group to still live in the same area for the rest of your lives, let alone stay connected, People grow apart, and there's nothing wrong with that. I remember, I don't have a fire type. I might want to pick this up, even though I don't really think Heat More is any good, but just for the fire coverage, it might be worth it. I only have netballs though, so that's basically a Pokeball. Let's use something weak. Frankly, I have such a bad memory for those who, oh, come on. For those who are listening to this who don't know me personally, I have a terrible autobiographic memory, which really just means, oh shit, I might get fucked up. Ooh, I should switch out. Oh, I should switch out so hard. Autobiographic memory, really I just mean I'm good with book learnings, that sort of thing. I'm actually decent at. But when it's like memory of my own history, trying to remember my own personal memories, it's very weak. Presumably due to, frankly, repressing my own memories due to trauma. Let's go. But it's not good. My memory is really shit. And just kind of trying to download and cope with even that, and how it's very possible that that's stemming from my own coping mechanisms is such a hard thing to like swallow, It's like I know this to be true and I know it to be who I am, and I've kind of more or less comes to terms with it in theory, just trying to be okay with the fact that my memory's jacked and try to just not give it the emotional power over me, I guess. Still, it's tough, when you're sitting there unable to remember who it was that you had that conversation with. Damn it, it's damp. I might want to pick up a different one. I don't know, it can just be tough to accept that and pretend like it's okay. You know what I mean? And of course, I'm probably not making any sense, but hey, that's what it's all about. I digress. So I saw a quote, or maybe I thought of it myself. I'm not honestly sure. That said, water absorb is the other one. Man, I really want water absorb. 2 trees could start at the... Ooh, heal ball is kind of crazy. 2 trees can start growing next to each other. They're planted next to each other, and they begin life growing next to each other, together, how have you. Some trees, they might, sort of grow together, grow closer together, grow intertwining, grow its branches through each other. But sometimes those trees just start to part. And as they grow, one grows towards the east and one... I didn't mean to do that. I wanted to stay to get the other ability. Shit. Alright, then let's go this way. The one might grow east and one might grow west. It's not a failing of either tree, it's just divergence. And that's just a part of life. So it can be really important to recognize that it's not a failure of either party or even... I mean, sometimes it's a failure of one of the parties, let's be honest. But not always. Sometimes you just drift, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I guess for me, I didn't really have that many good friends in high school. Really, the only one I would still consider a friendship that was worthwhile to me... Delmize. That might be really good. Although it is grass type, I don't want it to fuck up my Wooper. Oh shit. I guess you? I mean, to be honest, I think the only one that, looking back, I would still consider... How do I word this? Oh, that's gonna kill it, isn't it? That's probably gonna kill. Well, not unless I do that. Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Son of a bitch. It's a misclick kind of day, ain't it? Looking back, the only friend that I think I would look back and still consider a decent friend back in high school. Where I'm actually still friends with him. I didn't mean to use the netball. Son of a bitch. And granted, we did low-key drift apart, but it's just... we just don't have as much to talk about, right? He's still a great guy, and I still really enjoy his company, and I really appreciate his existence in my life. And then that's kind of it. There was one friend who... How do I word this? During high school, I don't think he was a great friend. But after high school, he left town for a while. When he came back, we wound up getting really close. In fact, he was even close with my wife. And for a short period of time, my wife considered that's a shiny. Neat. I don't really know if I want Oddish on my team still, if I can be honest. Although it might be better than Delmize. And the only reason why I'm thinking that is because I already have a ghost type. I don't necessarily want to. Alright, sure. Let's see if we can catch this one. Oh, that's neutral, isn't it? Oh, it didn't kill though. Oh, my phone just buzzed. Ah. See, you remember how I said my wife's best friend is one of my best friends? Well, they're hanging out right now, and my wife is dyeing her hair, and I need to go double check her work. I'll be right back. It'll only take me 10 minutes, but we'll come back shortly. Wikipedia this. Arcto fish. Water Absorber, Ice Body. Hidden ability is Slush Rush. None of those are bad abilities. Wow. No, actually the stats are pretty bad. I mean, bad is a strong word, but defense is 100, attack is 90, special attack is 80, special defense is 90. It's okay, I guess. Does learn Vicious Rend, which I know is a good move. I learned it at 63, which is pretty damn late. Freeze Dry is a good move. Learns that at 42. Oh man, the learn pool is pretty weak until then, though. Let me just check what I have in the party. I will probably not pick this up, but no, I think I'm gonna skip it actually. Although I will murder it for its sweet, sweet XP. Anyways, I don't really fear death, to be honest. But I feel like this is the dichotomy of thought, the cognitive dissonance that people who fear death go through, where even if it's natural, even if it's normal, even if it's inevitable, I still fear it. And I guess, I don't know, I'm not over it, I guess. And of course I can sit here and say it's not going to happen, but I don't know that, you know what I mean? I'm going to get rid of this for now. And that scares me. And I hope that it doesn't happen, and I'll do anything in my power to prevent it. But it can still be very scary. The two homies that are moving, I'm trying to avoid their names just in case they would rather remain private, of course. But, you know, outside of my wife, they are the most important people to me, period. And it's kind of not even a competition. It's my wife, then a large gap, then, I don't know, probably my next closest friends, or my nieces and nephews. But, you know, it's a big difference. I haven't, I don't know. The possible impermanency of, oh wow, I didn't realize how low level they were. I wouldn't have bothered switching out the other Mon if I had known that. Level 5, I should have just stuck it out, you know? Oh well. Growing up, I definitely, you know, not a unique story, but I didn't get enough outward affection, you know? And that's, without a doubt, has affected my relationships and the way... Shiny dummies. Admittedly, pretty sick looking. Yeah, honestly, that's pretty sick looking. Makes me want to double check Delmise's stat block versus Vileplume. I guess Vileplume? I don't know which one is better. I'm guessing Vileplume. You know, it's not often in a Pokemon game that you have the dramatic difference of what's better, Vileplume or Delmise. That's just kind of a big difference. Chlorophyll for Vileplume, that's a decent ability. Stat total is, oh my god, there's so many lines of text here. Stat total is 490. Special attack is 110. That is good. The defense and special defense aren't bad. 85, 90. Speed is not good, but you know, it's not meant to be a fast mon. Special attack at 110 is pretty dang good, though. Petal Blizzard upon... Oh yeah, but that's physical. Okay. The move pool naturally is not... Oh, right, because that's for Vileplume, not the line. That's fine. What about Dummies? Dummies is... got... The ability is... Steel Worker? Powers up Steel type moves? What? That's so weird. I'm gonna be honest, that's probably not that helpful. 1.5? Okay. 50% up is good. Yeah, 50% more power is good. I'm not super likely to use it for steel moves, though. More likely to use Excadrill. Holy shit, its attack is 131. Defense is 100. Special defense is 90. Speed is 40. Yeah, it's just better than Vileplume. Just straight up. No doubt, better than Vileplume. It also learns Phantom Force and Power Whip. Yeah, shit. Alright, I'll take Delmies. Especially if it, like, I take a shiny Delmies especially. That's crazy. Anyways. Oh, no. Well, that frickin' sucks. I mean, on the bright side, I guess I don't have to pick between the two anymore, but shit. That blows. Okay. I really... Right. Why... Spore moves don't work on grass types. I'm done. Fuck. That's really... sucks. I needed him for the fire coverage. I wasn't paying enough attention. I didn't expect the level 4 to do much at all. Yeah, I guess I'll just keep going with Absorb. I don't know. If there's any comments on this video, maybe let me know if you fear the very natural process of friends divergently growing up, you know what I mean? There's such a big, like... Growing apart just sounds so severe. Like, it sounds purposeful to me. Ow, I hit my knee. Almost, or like there's more reason to it. And of course, that's not actually what it is. 07's in chat for Wooper. Why is it still here? Interesting. 07's in chat for Wooper. Rip. Okay. You know, let me know down in the comments if that's something you fear. It's just... Oh! It's just... Growing apart makes it sound so severe in my head for some reason. And I recognize that that connotation is not there. It just feels like it, you know? And that's definitely not something I'd ever want. And I never want to do something where I deserve to lose them. I'm not above saying... I'm not so full of myself as to say I think there's no chance I would ever fuck up. You know what I mean? I am human. Intensely so, even. And I recognize that. But I try, you know what I mean? I always try to be as supportive and, I guess, for lack of a less corny way to say it, to be the friend I wish I had. Like when I was younger. You know what I mean? Try to always be there for any events. Be there for good and bad. Be there as helpful as I can be. For lack of a better way to say it. And try never to lose sight of that. And never to lose sight of how much they mean to me. Complacency is such a hard thing. Is growth one stage of special attack or two? I can never remember. It used to be 2 stages of special, which meant it was Calm Mind times 2 essentially, which made it really broken back in the day, but I'm not sure anymore. I'm picking up Gyro Ball because it's got 1.5 attack on steel type moves, as well as it is a physical attacker, and it's intensely slow, so that should be a pretty damn good combination. Anyways, complacency is such a problem, you know? I always try my best to be wary of complacency, because it will kill you. It'll kill your relationships. It will kill your career. It'll fuck you up, and I'm so prone to complacency. And that's not something I want. You know what I mean? Complacency is the enemy, and recognizing that is half the battle. But actually remaining uncomplacent is its own battle. And so I always try to like keep that frame of mind in even my day-to-day. Try to stay away from complacency. Complacency kills, and I just do my best not to let it, I guess. But that also means, shit. To be honest, in a way, I force myself to not be settled, you know what I mean? And it's like, I'm still fully think it's worth it, if I can be honest. But you know, it does kind of low-key prevent me from feeling fully settled or safe even. And of course that's definitely not great. I don't know. Stay away from complacency, kids. It'll kill you. Ooh. It's the drug they don't talk about in Dare. I think that's part of the reason why I started this channel. Or should I say part of the reason why I got more aggressive in how I handle this channel. The channel I always wanted to do. That was never really... Sorry, I can't decide on how to kill this thing. It was never really a question. I always wanted to do YouTube. I wanted to do it for many years. I love it. I really do. Might sound silly, but my three comments that weren't my wife, they mean a lot to me. And even without those, you know, they're only 3 comments. I don't do it for the recognition, I guess, and you know that because there is none. I have 12 subscribers. Shout out to any subscribers out there. I love you guys. You're the best. I've gotten like 3 or 4 comments that weren't spam, which I gotta frickin' run the... I got some comments in Russian, and I can't tell if they're spam or just, you know, a language I don't speak. Gotta run it through Google Translate to check, but I can't copy it on my phone, so I have to like use the computer. And I'm so rarely looking at comments on the computer, you know? I digress. But I decided to get more aggressive about doing the channel because I was feeling kind of stagnated and, dare I say, a little complacent. I hadn't... God, I wish you could tell me the next evolution. What about X drill burr? 31. Okay. You know, I wasn't actually doing things that I cared about, and I wasn't doing things I was passionate about. I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't creating anything, and being in a loop where I just wasn't creating and I wasn't gaining much. You know, I wasn't doing anything to try to better myself. I wasn't doing anything to try to create something. I wasn't doing anything to put myself or things I care about out into the world more. I don't know if that makes sense. Probably doesn't, which is fine. But I wanted to have something out there that mattered, that was mine. And as of right now, I just don't. And that's not to say, like, the things that matter most about are, like I said, my wife and my homies. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Or, in my eyes, there's nothing wrong with the things that I've cultivated. The support system and love that I have and that I've cultivated. There's nothing wrong with that. I take immense pride in my friends. Fucking fire type. Seriously? Fuck. After Wooper died, I should have, okay, at least things are dual type, so I can kind of go after the other type. After Wooper went down, I should have gone for Arctivish. That's gonna kill him. Shit. Damn it. I love Cutie Fly. And it just missed the Stun Spore, which I guess I was trying to rely too heavily on Stun Spore. Especially since I think it's only 75 accuracy. That's on me. Still hurts. Jesus. Is Drillbur Steel type yet? No, okay. Damn it. I should have started with Drillbur, honestly. Oh well. What was I saying? Complacency? Wow, Mud Slap is the only one I have? Okay. That's going to be neutral damage, isn't it? That was a crit? Oh no. That's bad news. Please don't hit yourself. Okay, cool. That was close. Really? Confuse Ray, both of them? Stall-tastic bitch. How am I gonna handle this? Sure. Shit. Okay. Oh, Honedge flinched, really? Come on. Both of my starters just went down. I guess Heatmore, just because he is not weak to fire. I'm going to barely make it through this one, and then I'm just going to lay down and die on the other side. I need to get in what damage I can before he confuses Heatmore too. At least Drillbur's no longer confused. So I wanted to get back into creating something. I haven't had... God, I guess I've really never had before this, a passion that I really cared about and created in and whatnot. And I needed that in my life, you know what I mean? Ooh. Come on. Well, oh, that's good at least. Paralyze it too. Now, oh! Okay, so I should start focusing down the Sizzlepede, because the Ponyta is a much lesser issue now. Oh, Incinerate hits both. That's huge. Okay, so I should go ahead and heal Drillbur as well. Funny story, when I was young, I actually thought the heal bell meant that every time I went into the ball, it would heal. Super wrong, by the way. It's just the first time, but... Ooh. Okay, so Incinerate's not as cool as I expected. Oh, God. I think we're out of the realm of wiping to Blaine, but we're going to lose all of our good mons. I don't really see a way out of it, especially if that did that much damage to Drillbur, and I'm going to, if I switch, I'm going to lose him immediately anyways. I'm just going to try to take out Sizzlepede, and then hope that Ponyta misses his attack or is paralyzed. And it was neither. Nice. Cool. I guess I could have focused down used Heatmore to kill Sizzlepede and healed again with Drillbur. That would probably have been smarter. Rip. Okay. That's fine. We win. It's just like, man, I did not get out well. Bummer. I find the first gym pretty hard, but if it's a fire type, I'm kind of just screwed. And I even went down the wet path and picked up a Whooper, and I just borked it up. What a bummer. Game show. Sure, we haven't done it, and this run is low-key dead anyways. Well, hey! Welcome to my ever so lovely setup game show. The game, you have two options. One might be good, one might be bad. On to round one. Oh. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna go with right first. Okay. Well chosen. Special item. 50 Premier Balls. That's actually really nice. Round 2. Left this time, I guess? Well chosen. All of your Pokemon just got healed up. Oh, that's not really all that good right now, I'm going to be honest. Let's go left again. Well chosen. Holy shit. All your Pokemon just got a bit stronger. Nice. It'd be so much better if I did this before losing half of my Pokemon. Nope. What? You just stole my Oddish? I mean, Butterfree is not terrible, I guess. The fuck, man? That sucks. Okay. So yeah, I wanted to get back in, I keep saying get back to, and I guess that's not necessarily true. I think the reason why my brain says get back to creating instead of start creating is because, at least in my mind, when I was still in school, I was in school, you know what I mean? And so that was my thing. And that's definitely aided by the fact that when I was in ASL stuff, I was always working on some sort of project, some sort of thing in the language ASL. Both like whether it was a class thing or I was working on interpreting a song, because I definitely enjoyed that a lot. I had something going on in ASL that I was doing. And I think that helped scratch that itch of creation, you know what I mean? It's such a almost universal, I feel, desire as people to create things. And I'm not saying it's completely universal, and there's nothing wrong if you don't have that desire. But I think a lot of people do. I think more people do than don't. And now that I'm out of school and I want to get back to finishing up my bachelor's degree in biology, ultimately my plan, for those who don't know, is I want to become a doctor. My biggest passion is actually medicine. I love reading about it. I love hearing about it. And it's definitely a big passion of mine, especially because we're going into this story today, I see. My oldest brother was diagnosed with stage 4 skin cancer, melanoma. And it had, by the time he got diagnosed, it had already metastasized a lot. And so his cancer actually got to a point where a tumor in his chest got so big that it had taken up a lot of his chest cavity. I think I'm good without aromatherapy. It's not a good move. It was taking up a lot of his chest cavity, and it actually drilled into and then broke his scapula, the shoulder blade bone. And during this time I was kind of realizing, so at the time I was in route in school to be a physicist. Physics is really interesting. I do love physics. I'm huge on all sciences, but granted, looking back, physics is actually one of my lowest preferred sciences nowadays. I've realized. Biology being number one for me. But I was in school to be a physicist, and um, it's like I was realizing that I didn't necessarily care about a lot of the fields in physics that I would be researching in. And so I was starting to realize that at a certain point I wasn't sure if I wanted to be a physicist. And then my brother, got really sick. And, oh, that's so annoying. My brother started getting really, really sick. And he was, diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. Then he started in on treatment, right? And the treatment for cancer is fucking brutal. If you've never known somebody who has gone through cancer treatments, appreciate that for a minute. You know what I mean? Chemo will almost kill you. And he was also in immunotherapies that were brutal as well. And I mean, they wound up, so I don't remember much, to be honest. I'm going to say that very frankly up front. I don't remember exactly what the combination of medicines was called, but he was in a treatment that the doctor described as attacking the body from multiple directions to dangle his health just over the line of almost dead, and then pull you back to make sure that you don't die, to cause the body to filter as much as possible out the cancer, or attack the cancer really hard and convince the body that it's dying, so it needs to try harder, while also doing immunotherapy and chemo to actually just flat out kill the cancer itself. And in case that description wasn't scary enough, let me just assure you, it's rough. It's incredibly rough. This combo of treatments, it also basically took out his pancreas and gave him diabetes just almost overnight. And the tumor was still, growing. Like, the cancer itself was still scary. And about that time, this part sounds silly, but hopefully you guys, don't think I'm just stupid. I mean, I am stupid, but, come on, give me a break. At the same time, I also started watching the show Scrubs, which a lot of doctors have actually said is the most realistic of the doctor shows, which I think is really funny. It started off with me just kind of loving the idea of helping people, because that is definitely where my heart is at. I have abnormally large empathy for people. I'm an empath? No. But it's to an extent that it becomes a problem sometimes. Because I care so much for people I don't even really know. Okay, if I can get Mawilite, I can't. Okay. I might just go ahead and trade all my Pokemon away, which kind of sucks because I've already used Shadow Ball. Oh, but Delmies. Maybe I'll trade one away, just to try to pick up something new. Probably the Butterfree, which, again, is kind of a bummer because I just put Shadow Ball on it. It's not bad, it's just doesn't have a ton of potential or cover a big spot for us. I guess, yeah, I guess. It cost $1,000 though. Yeah, I'm gonna trade just Butterfree and hope I don't regret it. Because it could be any Pokemon. Ugh, God, he's creepy though. It's kind of funny. I do love that he just jumps into the water. Alchemy. That's kind of worse. Shit, terrible nature. Yeah, I'm gonna be real. That was a pretty bad trade. Bummer. Is Alchemy the evolution? Or is it the pre? Shit. I think it's the evolution, but I'm gonna double check. So I started watching Scrubs, and it started off, I think, as just enjoying. I mean, let's be real. It started with it's a funny show. Alchemy is the evolution. We're good there. But it started with like just the idea of helping people. It's always been like the biggest thing I want to do with my life is just help people. I don't care how necessarily. That's what I want to do. That's what I want the mark of my life to mean, is just positive. And that's such an obvious blank statement. I get that, but that is how I think, and that's how I operate. And so I make a lot of my decisions like very much based on that, if I can at least. And believe it or not, that's also part of the reason why I started this channel, is I wanted to... Oh, I'm getting out of order here. But then it turned into me... I would watch the show and I would hear a diagnosis, right? And I would look it up and get really drawn into the explanation of this illness and how interesting it all was. And then I would do that again, and the next one would be really interesting. Or I would jump from one to the other without, like, you know, it would say spinal meningitis, also see viral meningitis, also see staphylococcus, and you know, it just kind of, I just kind of go down this rabbit hole, if you will, and I would just sharply raises the target's attack and special attack. Oh, in double battles, that could go pretty crazy. Interesting. Okay. And when I at a certain point, you know, I'm going down these rabbit holes for hours and just sort of getting sucked into the world of medicine, I suppose, until it was dawn, and I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? And so, you know, just even the medicine itself, I love it. It's so interesting. I love biology. Ooh, I should have picked up another Pokemon. I guess I'll just go in like this, raw dog it. I adore biology. You might have picked up by now, I know a lot about biology. And then as my brother got sicker and sicker, eventually it got to a point where I wasn't doing well enough mentally, and I needed to move back home. And that was rough. Gonna be real. And I just was collapsing in on myself. I had just moved from physics to biology and loved it. The last semester of physics was kind of rough. It wasn't not my thing. I got into biology, and the first two classes I was in, I got over 100% in both and was just loving it. It was really my... Okay, I thought that was going to hurt worse. Really my zone. I love it. I got through 2 semesters of biology like that, and most of the way through the next semester with, I think, organic chemistry. And I think I finished OChem. That was right when I had to like move home and stuff, so I definitely was off my game, if that makes sense. But I still think I finished it with a high B, if I remember correctly. Might have been a low B or a high C, but not terrible either, is my point. If I wish to go through with my intention and actually become a doctor, I'll probably need to redo that last semester. Just one, because I don't remember stuff, you know, it's been a while. But also just because I'll probably need better grades to get into med school, which is fine. But that was definitely my area. That made a lot more sense to me. It activated my neurons more, you know what I mean? I got serotonin from school at that point, which is such a good feeling if you've never had it. Yeah. My brother eventually, to kind of skip forward a little, my brother wound up making a pretty remarkable... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh well, it's fine. My brother wound up making a pretty miraculous recovery. When I was in ASL and doing my ASL classes at the community college closer to where my parents live, since I had to move back with them, I was doing deaf study stuff, and I really fell in love with the language. I want to be clear there. I did not do ASL because I needed to do something. I did ASL because I always wanted to learn it, and especially because, for me, part of that, like, helping as many people as I can is helping those who need it more, if that makes sense. And I just had this, like, you need to know another language as a doctor. Typically, you're really supposed to have a secondary language, and especially it makes you more marketable to hospitals and to med schools. Ditto. I wonder if Ditto's any good in this. Probably isn't. It also just makes you more marketable to med schools and hospitals, which I will need more of because I definitely have a lot of gaps in my abilities. That makes it sound too strong. It's just like I'm not as marketable as I should be, I guess. If that makes sense. And so, I could use Eevee to fill in a gap in my team. It's Eevee, you know? Like, it could be whatever I need it to be. It won't do it amazing, but it would do it. I guess that would be water. So Vaporeon. Did you know? Sorry. That joke's so bad and so overused, but it's still kind of funny to me. Let's Giga Drain it. If it survives, I'll keep it. It did not survive. Okay. No. But he made a pretty remarkable, miraculous recovery. No. What was I saying? Helping those who need it more. So, part of that was, you need a second language, and Spanish is very common, as it should be. It's a very common... It's very common for nurses and doctors to learn Spanish as their second language, and absolutely reasonable too. I don't want to make it sound like I'm shit-talking Spanish. It's a good language to know in a hospital setting. It's a wise language to know. Um, but there's just like a severe lack of help for ASL. It kind of will be typically it's what's the word? Like the interpreters will be like telecommunicated in and will oftentimes not know enough about where'd my guy go? What happened to Mawile? That was really weird. Alright. And they won't know enough about like how do I word this? Knowing a lot about ASL doesn't mean you know a lot about medicine. And there is like medical specific certifications for interpreters, which is great, but that still doesn't necessarily mean you know how a heart works. It means you'll know the language to use, but that doesn't mean you'll actually understand how the heart works, which makes it harder to explain. It's such a different language from English, and people will oftentimes not realize how different from English it is. But it's wildly different. When you cross modalities like that, it's gonna change a lot. Modality is like English is a verbal or an auditory modality, meaning it's something you hear, whereas ASL is a visual modality. So everything is structured different. It's very easy to not recognize how different it'd all be. Especially in how you set up space and time in ASL. But I digress. It's often just like a lot of interpreters might fail to show how your heart beats different from a healthy heart. You know what I mean? So that was definitely like where my brain was. That would be a place where I can help people who need it a lot. I'm gonna save Sludge Bomb. Just a gut reaction, I feel like I should save it. And so I went into ASL, and I loved the language, but it kinda helped even more define I want to do medicine, because my brother actually survived, and he got more time with his two daughters, and that meant everything to us. And I got really into the idea of intensive care medicine or emergency room medicine. And as I kind of like noted that to myself as the specialty I would like to go in, I had this recurring vision. I got a second chance at Quagsire. That's huge. Does this one survive the Giga Drain? No. Alright, we'll try again. Anchor Shot. Steel type move. Ooh. Ooh, that's really good. Better than Growth. For Dulmies, at least. Because he's a physical attacker anyways. Iron Defense? I'm good. Ooh, Hatena's evolving. I kept having this... It started as a nightmare. Which I think is kind of interesting. Because it's not a nightmare that would resonate with my personal experiences much. But I had this nightmare where I was not the doctor. I was a deaf person with I kind of need a fire type, don't I? Oh, I have Heatmore, but I mean, it's way better than Heatmore, right? Like, Reboot's actually a decent Pokemon. I should take it. I had this nightmare. I think I even had it a few times. I either had it multiple times or the image haunted me a bit. I should have changed out so he didn't die. That's fine. But I had this nightmare of being a deaf person and bringing my child into an ER because they're unable to breathe and they're like turning purple, turning blue. And I bring them in and I set them on a gurney, right? And look at the people caring for my child and just see mouth flaps. Just, you know? And not being able to hear it and just have nothing to gain from it. Not all deaf people can read lips. It's not a big it's not that big of a group of deaf people that can read lips. People kind of assume that it's automatic. It's very much not. And moreover, the more people that are talking at once, the less direct the line of sight is, you know, all sorts of little things can affect that. The ability to read lips. So I have this image of you put your child who's choking on a gurney and you look to the medical experts for what the fuck's wrong with my kid, and the medical expert is completely unable to convey to you your child will be fine, it's just a allergic reaction, you know? Like, you just wouldn't have that. You might not have that. And if, you know, they have to pull up telecommute or you know, virtual attack down, defense up, that's not great, right? What's Quagsire's primary attack stat? You know, that just haunted me. I couldn't imagine being a parent in that situation and the fear you would feel. And in that example, that fear would be as simple as, I just need to give him an EpiPen. And then it's, you know, gone. Like, but you wouldn't know that. And just how much fear and turmoil you could save a parent from having if you just knew the language they were speaking. Especially since ASL, you know, if you speak Spanish and nobody else in the room speaks Spanish, you still should be able to gain the tone from, you know, your child will be fine. That tone should still apply, but if you can't hear their voice at all, it might not. And so between those two things, my brain just really, I want to be able to give care in a primary language. That's what it boils down to. With no barrier of communication. And that's so important, like, to everybody. And a bit rarer for deaf people, and it's something they deserve, you know? Like, they're just people. And by the way, the deaf people I've met, they've been awesome. I have a few deaf homies that I'm very close to. Shout out to Andy, love you, bro. But I really just said shout out deaf person. Like, I really just did that. Sorry, that was just kind of funny to me. I digress, but that's definitely become a big passion of mine. I really do want to get back to it. Yeah. So I just felt like I hadn't created anything in years. And I missed that, you know? It's hard not to. So I went back in my brain logs and I thought about the things I cared about. And I'm explaining this as if it kind of happened all at once. That's not the case. I'm just kind of trying to give you guys context. But I had a few YouTubers who really helped me through when my brother was so sick and we didn't know. We thought he was terminal. A few content creators, if you will, YouTubers, whatever, were able to help me feel better in times that nothing else really could, or not much else really could. I had a really good friend who also had trauma dump hour. I had a really good friend who also committed suicide, and that was also obviously very hard. And there was two creators who really helped me through that, especially because their dynamic with each other felt very much like mine with his. And these people who I didn't know, who didn't know me from Adam, still don't, were really able to help me through those times a lot more than maybe more than is even logical necessarily, but I stand by it. It helped tremendously, being able to just enjoy something for a few minutes and just try to forget everything else. It has more power than I think a lot of people recognize. So I don't know. Maybe there's somebody out there who gets that from my channel. Probably not. I'm not that funny yet. I'm working on it. But, excuse me. That's definitely, a thing. And I thought about how much those creators helped me. I might as well name drop, why not? So, the biggest one who helped me a lot was Madrybread. Shout out to Madrybread. Just simply because his content made a really nice distraction when I needed it. Madry especially was after my buddy passed away. He helped me a lot, just kind of get through the days, to be honest, because at the time I was working from home, so if I wasn't at school, and I wasn't at school for like a week after he passed, it just gave me a lot to fill dead air with, which helps a lot in those moments. And then his rapport with What a Geek, shout out What a Geek, not going to be the first, it isn't the first, and it won't be the last time I mention him. Felt a lot like mine with my buddy, and that helped a lot. And then some other big ones, Slimesicle, he's great. Just Roll With It, I think I got into the D&D podcasts, well, specifically Just Roll With It about that time as well. What else? I'm just shouting out names. We're an hour and 30 minutes into this episode. Nobody's still here, so I might as well say it, right? There's others. I'm just drawing a fucking blank right now. Oh, Goose It. Another one of my dry bread friends. So, of course, part of that was his guest starring on Madry's channel. Also, they're just generally awesome. Check them out, please. What else? There's one other one that I'm just trying to blank on, to be honest. I mean, Alfred too, but that definitely came much later. Same, I didn't mean to do that. Same idea of helped me in a time where I just needed space filled in my brain, but definitely a much different era. Yeah, I digress. So, if I can help anybody like that, if I can just fill the gap in their brain so that they can quiet the thoughts that are not constructive to their well-being. I was really hoping for Mawile. That's huge. And I take that, let alone if I can actually make them laugh. This is not the laughing episode. I just wanted to be more serious today. I don't know. Because that's also a big part of the things in YouTube that have helped a lot. Again, shout out Alpharide Gold, especially. Actually surprisingly good for helping like put words to emotions and feelings and stuff. Sounds silly, but you know, that channel actually has. I think there's nothing here I really want or need except for maybe the adamant mint. I'm trying to think, is there something on my team that evolves via stone? For some reason it feels like there is. No, there isn't. In fact, most things are fully evolved already. Ability patch would go crazy for Cinderace. Its ability is, its hidden ability is basically Protean. It's not technically Protean, but it's basically Protean. Adamant Mint would go crazy for him though. She was naturally modest? Oh damn. That's awesome, actually. That's good, actually, for him. And that's good for him. Good enough, at least. Adamant would be good for Delmise as well, but whatever. This is not a good one for Mallow. That's fine. Okay. So at most it'd be 2 or 3 Adamant Mints, which obviously isn't happening, but whatever. I can put Iron Head on Mile, which I might want to do. I might as well check it out, right? So $1,000, I have 2K right now. I like having something that can't miss. But I also have like Anchor Shot on Delmise, so the lack of Steel type isn't egregious yet, if that makes sense. Oh my god. I just got a text from my buddy. He just said that the words based and red-pilled are now labeled as violent extremism by the FBI. Red-pilled I almost can understand, because contextually, like, a little, I guess. But fucking based? Seriously? Based just means, like, logical, basically. Like, that's so dumb. Especially since there's, like, based on blank. Is just a phrase removed from internet culture. That's just a phrase, too. Jesus. That's bad. Oh, I meant to check Cinderace's. What is Cinderace? Nope. Unfortunate. Although I bet you the special tutor can probably give Cinderace something crazy. Oh, I can't even afford one. Shit. I need more money in this playthrough. It's a problem. What was I saying? I don't know. If anybody out there gets any sort of actual enjoyment from my channel, please just let me know. Comment is appreciated. You know, it's just encouragement, you know? That's how I see it. I try to comment on any creator I watch, but especially any creator that has a smaller following. Because obviously I've been there. I'm right there right now. Any of them have a bigger following than I. And it just can be really discouraging. It's hard to stay motivated a bit. Like definitely every creator I know of at least once has said the adulation is cool, but it's the creation that I like. And I agree completely, don't get me wrong. But man, it's a different experience to actually get that feedback. Even if it's just good vid, bro. I don't know. If you like anything, give me a little something, something. Just say hi in the comments, because it's appreciated. More than you'd probably know, if that makes sense. What else? What else? I was gonna say something, and I don't remember what it was. Drawing a blank. I had something else I wanted to mention. Wait, I can afford it. Oh, I spent that much? What? I did not mean to. Whoops. I think it was mostly on the... I think I bought too many potions. Or something. If I can make back 1,000, I can at least check what moves are available. 50. Well, I can get rid of these. Yeah, that's fine. That's low-key free money. I get it at the start of the run. And it's basically free money because there's the chances that level you up and a bunch of other things that are easy levels. And hidden, what the fuck? What about Clogsire? I feel like his move pool isn't great right now. Damn, alright. Huh. What about egg moves? Anything good here? Nope. Last Resort is so B. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't really remember what I was saying. Which is always fun. Anyway, so ultimately I thought to myself, what could I do now that might put some good out into the world? And what I ultimately landed on was anything. I just wanted something, you know what I mean? No, but for real, it was kind of a thought process of I've always liked video production. Like in middle school, I actually picked up like Adobe Premiere way back then, and I made exactly 2 videos. But I had a lot of fun doing it, even if they were both ass, and one of them was a school project, I believe. Or not, I believe. I know one was a school project. I still really enjoyed like the editing process, and I still do, like, to be clear. And I just thought about how much those creators actually did wind up helping me, and you know, when it comes to trying to help as many people as you can, as much as you can, that like thought process, spread is like a big concept, right? And so the more people you can interact with, the more people you are likely to help, or more likely the higher number of people you're able to help. I mean, it's just math, right? Like, it's just statistics, but it's worth saying out loud. And, you know, being able to just put something on YouTube where it has a bajillion people who use the... I have 3 Sludge Bomb TMs? I thought I got 1. Dude, that's insane. Too bad nobody can learn Thunderbolt. Jesus. You know, spread is a thing. And so the fact that I could put up a video and maybe it might cross like 8 people realistically, right now, I think the highest reach I have is 100 impressions with a click-through rate of like 30. I think the highest thing I've got any views on, or the highest number of views I have on anything, is 35, with which was on my video titled, ready for this? Goku in Smash? Question mark, or in Terabang. Real original title, I know. I really want All Creamy Out first to... You know, actually, I kind of like All Creamy Out. Demise. Oh, like Demise, I get it. You know, if my video gets in front of 100 people, that's 100 people that might have a better day because of it. If it's clicked on by 20 people, that means that's 20 people that might get something out of it. If it's enjoyed by 2 people, that's huge for me. And plus, I just enjoy creating. Like, I'm gonna be real with you, I do love the video process. I love recording, I love sitting down and just talking to you guys. I love having an excuse to game. I guess that last part's kind of obvious. But I enjoy it a lot. So, you know, as much words as I've said, it does kind of boil down to I enjoy it. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, obviously. Yeah, but so I've started doing this, and like I said, I really enjoy it. It's just a means to create and a means to try to put some good out to the world. And my content's trash, at least for now. I'm working on it. Jesus, is that a ×5 rock blast? Yep, nice. Doesn't matter because Demise is gonna heal up. Honestly, I got crazy lucky on this gym. Rock, especially Brock having half of his team is quad weak to grass and a grass leader. Like, honestly, this gym I damn near swept. Not complaining at all. But yeah, it's just like, I don't know. Hopefully somebody enjoyed it. I wish there was a way to, like, communicate, hey, I really enjoyed this and it really helped me through my day, more effectively to a creator without sounding fucking weird. Because I know for me, if I heard that, it would make my fucking year. Yes, I would like to continue with this adventure. No, I don't want to retire. Wait. Fucking hell, I switched A and B. Wait, am I actually screwed here? Can I say no? Next adventure? Did that really just happen? I actually was starting to feel good about my setup here. I actually kind of liked my team for a minute. Did I really just do that? Oh my god. Oh my god. For context, I've been playing on my Switch a lot, which has A and B switch from the controller that I'm using right now. So I meant to press yes, I want to continue. No, I don't wish to retire. And I just switched them, and oh man, that was a bummer. Fucking hell. Okay. Well, that's probably gonna end this episode then. We'll just go ahead and run through this real quick. RIP. What is the ability and hidden ability for oh, the mints could go crazy too. Modest mint on Cutie Fly would be nice. Ooh, rare star piece. That's awesome. Now where I meant to go, though. So what's... there we go. No. There, okay. So flat and flat, okay. How do you spell Rabombi? H-O-M? Robomb. Robomb? The hell? Am I stupid? Cutie Fly. Oh, Rebombi. Oh. Oh, I'm stupid. Okay, I didn't realize it was an I. Honey Gather or Dust Shield? I have Dust Shield, right? Oh, that's way better than Honey Gather. Insanely better than Honey Gather. Holy shit. Okay, then I kind of want to pick up the correct herbs for these two. Or mints. Which would be Modest. And speed down and defense up. So this is all special attack, defense. Okay. I'm thinking physical defense because of fire. So I need speed down. Okay. Yeah. And the reason why is because Gyro Ball is better the slower the Pokemon. So that kind of goes crazy. As a nature. And I'm so bad I accidentally ended that run. It was a good... It felt like a good run, too. Upsetting. So yeah. Be good to each other. The world's too mean for us to be mean to each other. Life's too short to put out hate in the world, you know? And oh, that's what I was saying. So I always try to leave at least one comment for the smaller creators that I really enjoy. They've earned it, if nothing else, and it can be tough not getting, you know, speaking out into the ether and not getting enough back or anything back. But if you can, leave comments on your smaller creators. Leave comments on most creators, but the smaller ones are the ones that are really needing it. I have a couple of old bikes I've been looking to get rid of. You can have them. Acro Bike and Mach Bike. That's actually cool. I'll take the Acro, I guess. Why did you say tap B? It's hold B in this game. Yeah, so I don't know. Kind of lost my train of thought, unfortunately. Losing the run like that. Kind of a bummer. It felt like a good run. I feel like I could have done at least 2 or 3 more gems. And it was a unique run too, which makes it even sadder. But c'est la vie. Maybe next time it'll go better. Even better. Let's be positive. It was a good run until I fucked it up. Okay, well, I guess that's going to do it for this time. I kind of intend on doing Sunday shuffles more like this. More just a conversation. But yeah, we'll see. Oh yeah, I wanted to look this up. Let's see if I can find any information on this. Pokemon Mysterious Man. Phrase. Okay. Say a phrase that unlocks an event from them. Interesting. Don't turn RNG off. Oh, okay. Wait, what? It's this weird phenomenon where every once in a while my wife will do something. I'm not even sure what it is, but to me it almost sounds like maybe she's putting the lid on a Tupperware, because we have those Tupperware that have like the clamps that come down and hold the lid on tight. And for some reason it low-key sounds like one of my cats is throwing up. Reflect adventure? I'm not even sure what this will do, but we'll see. Oh, I'm stupid. So the internet's saying reflect adventure is something. I don't even know what. I'm just kind of curious. Reflect adventure. Whoa. There's a secret phrase for the classic mode campaign. When you take part in a campaign, settings will be changed to give a unique challenge. I may swap out your Pokemon and change some of your items in your bag. Please don't. I may also edit your settings in the config lab. Each campaign is specific setup, rules, and restrictions. You want to go into classic mode? Info? Back in the old days. Oh. I'm good. I'm good. No, thank you. That is interesting to know, I guess. Oh, and it gave me $1,000. Rad. Okay. Well, that is going to do it for today. Thank you for joining me for this Sunny Sunday Shuffle, and I'll catch you guys next time. Have a nice day. Peace.